to another Magnus Answers. The God that wields the dark Milner returns to answer your question as the Magnusite movement marches forward to 1 million subscribers. 272,000 strong. Now, this question comes from a Magnusita. Read the first couple of lines and it says, I'll ask. I'm not sure exactly what she wants, but we'll see. So it says, hi Tyrone, I have a question that I'd like to ask you in hopes that you will create a video about it. I'd like to remain anonymous. Look, Stacy, we family, so you can be sure that I ain't gonna mention your name, okay? However, feel free to view my profile pictures if it's helpful in any way. I'm 18 years old, which means you're legal. Alright, I'm kidding. Alright, so, and I recently stumbled across your YouTube page as I'm really into YouTube and gaming channels. Okay. You give great advice. Thank you. And I'm a proud Magnusita. 1 million subscribers. Woo! Cool. To get down to the point, I've moved in the past 5 months and settled into a new town. My previous living situation was that of which didn't allow me to date black guys. Oh boy, here we go. Whether it's because it's different from what I'm used to, since my hometown didn't have a lot of black people in general, or if I just love chocolate, I don't know. But I personally think it's both. I know I'm young, but as I've gotten older, I've noticed that I'm just naturally more attracted to black men. Now that I'm able to experiment, I'm excited, but also nervous. She nervous about getting that BBC, man. She ain't gonna know what to do with it, Keith. Shut up. Oh, fuck out the way. I've only had 3 boyfriends as it is, and none of them were black. Okay. I guess my main question is it different to date a black guy than it is a white guy? Well, let me answer that question first since I'm not done, so I want to answer it right away. It can be different. Notice I say can be. Doesn't mean that it is different. One thing that I can tell you just from being a man that dates women is that there is a line of similarity that runs through all women, okay? That's the reason why you can go to any country across the world, the same jokes are told about women, the same jokes are told about men. Because no matter how different our cultures are, there is a base reality that is the same, okay? You know, like women want affection and want you to notice the little things, and they like flowers and stuff like that. Just certain base things, you know. Men love sports, and we love to eat and be men, and we love sex. Not that women don't, but yeah, you know, it's there's these base things. So what you're going to notice the differences are, and it depends on where the black man comes from or where he grew up. Because if you grew up around a lot of white men, he may, it depends on how his parents raised him, but he may be very similar to the white men that you date. So there's just going to be no difference except there's a color change. That's it, okay? But, like, for example, if you were to date me, I grew up in Beverly, New Jersey, okay? Downtown, all right? Apartments, the projects, okay? Government cheese, roaches, you know, good times. You don't know what that is? Go look it up. Okay, so dating me is going to be different because I had a different cultural experience. So that's what it basically comes down to, is your cultural experience. It depends on where the man grew up, because you can date white men from different areas of the country, and you're going to be like, wow, you're not like any of the other white men that I dated. Totally different animal. because culturally, he is different. So, but the short answer is it depends. Okay. Next is, let's see, different to date than a white guy. Okay. I don't want to change who I am, how I dress, or my appearance strictly for a man. You don't have to do that. Like I knew I've had been written by some white girls that said they changed the music that they listen to and how they dress just so that black guys would like them. No. One thing you got to get through your head, just so you know, is that black men that like white women, that date white women, and whether they do exclusively or not really doesn't matter. Because like me, for example, I date white women, but not exclusively. You know, I'll date Asian women, black women, Puerto Rican, you know, whatever's on the East Coast, I will date. It doesn't matter. Eskimo, it really doesn't matter. But the point is that black men like you for who you are. Okay, so like some black men have actually asked me, yo man, how you get a white girl? I'm like, what do I got? Be you. They like you for who you are. You know, there are some women, like the one brother that asked me, he's from Camden. And I'm like, look, the white girls that like you, they're going to like you for that hardened Camden swag that you got. They might not like me because I'm a mixture. Like, I can be hood, but I'm not hood. So I'm a fine mixture, and it's funny because certain white women that have dated me thought that I was going to be hood and like maybe thuggish and rugged, but I'm not exactly like that. So they realize like, oh wow, he don't use a lot of slang. He don't, he don't smoke weed. He don't do this. He don't do that. You're different. You're different. But you ain't gonna have to change anything, just so you know. Okay. Unless we're talking about upgrading. Okay, and that's more of a deeper subject. In other words, if you want to get with a man, you see that he's moving places in life, and you see he's sophisticated, he's articulate, he's intelligent, he's making moves. Okay, if you just like, hey, how you doing? You might want to change a little bit about your character, or go get a dude on your level. All right, what up, ma? You might want to go get that. If you, hey, how you doing? Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. All right. So, don't want to change what I am. I am a bigger girl, but I am not insanely overweight. Okay, so I'll take a look at your pictures in a second. And I like my curves and my body just the way they are. I don't want to change it. But do I have to? No. Are black men different than white men from that perspective of dating? I've seen plenty of white dudes with thick girls. I've seen plenty of black dudes with thick girls. There's this whole stereotype that black men like fat women, or fat white women, period. It's not true. I was listening to a guy named Tariq Nasheed one day, and he, because I never believed it, but he pointed it out. He said, no. He said that broke men like fat women. Now, I'm not saying you're fat. I haven't seen your picture yet, but I know that fat for white guys is different for fat for black guys, because you can have curves, like you literally have the Coke bottle shape, and you're not fat. You've got a flat stomach. You don't have rolls. You're full breasts, nice hips, nice skin. That's not fat. That's a woman. Women are built to have curves. Just look at a lot of our ancient paintings and art. Women are meant to have curves. They're not meant to look like boys. So, what I'm trying to get at is, broke men, you'll notice. If you ever see a really big woman with a guy, or if you want to go with that stereotypical interracial relationship, look at the guy. Look at what he looks like. Okay? And that will say it all. Okay? You will never see a supermodel caliber white woman with a piece of shit black dude. Or put it this way. You'll never see, almost never, and this is generally speaking, almost never, you'll almost never see a supermodel caliber woman. Period. with a piece of shit looking dude. It's rare. Well, every once in a while you run into women that don't know their worth. And there's a guy out there that knows how to manipulate a woman that doesn't know her worth. And he'll keep her down and all this. And you'll see them together and you're like, how the fuck? As a matter of fact, I met this girl the other day. And she was talking to me about her friend. And I happened to be friends with her friend on Facebook. And I was like, what the fuck is with her man? And she's like, yeah, I know. Everybody says it. It's like, But after she talked to me, I realized why she was with him. She was nothing but a carbon copy of his ass. And at first, like a man like myself might say, she is bad as hell. I want to take her out. But after I got to talking to her friend, and I realized certain things, I was like, oh, hell no. She didn't really know her worth, but at the same time, she was just a good-looking hood rat. That's what she was. But anyway, are black men different in that perspective? Yeah, black men, even Hispanic men, tend to like thicker, full-figured women. Not full-figured fat. Fuller-figured women. Women that have curves that women were meant to have. Okay? She said, I am looking for a serious relationship and I'm not into one-night stands. I just figured this would be a good question to ask you, seeing as how well you're pretty much the older version of the type of guy I'm looking for. LOL. Really? Please respond and be brutally honest, as you always are. 1 million subscribers. Woo! And it says, seriously, this may sound stupid, but I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, so as far as the whole relationship thing, that's, if you're looking for a serious relationship, you should always tell the guy up front, that you're looking for something to grow into something serious. Up front, just let them know. And that'll be it. And that's with any type of man that you date. So I think I've answered all the questions thoroughly. And you should be fine. Let's take a look at your pictures. Let's see here. 1 second here, y'all. Right. Okay. Alright, so let's click on her photos. See what you got here, girl. Okay. Nice lips. Nice eyes. Good skin. Yeah, you're straight. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. See, and you know what? I can't see it, maybe because I'm not your friend or something, but don't hide your body. Because all I see is headshots. Do not do that. You want the men to see you for who you are, especially if you're on a dating site or whatever. I want you to have some full-length pictures because we will skip right over you, no matter white, black, whoever. Because we're like, nah, she's hiding something. She's insanely huge. I ain't fucking with her. Period. Okay? That's my tip to you today. So, if anybody else has any questions, be sure to read the instructions in the inbox. In my description box thoroughly to the end, or your question will most likely never be answered. Okay? Make sure you pay attention. 1 million subscribers. Woo!